What's up, guys? I'm J40 here with my homie
Sickly,
and this is the Thought Experiment Podcast. And welcome.
I got a bombshell for your ass.
What you got?
I know you're familiar because we used to jack these when we were kids. We used to go to the 99-cent store. Hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
You're familiar with Hot Cheetos, right?
Yeah, everybody is.
Okay. Have you ever heard the story of how Hot Cheetos came to be?
Somebody told me this. It might have been my sister. I heard that they were made by a janitor. Like some guy that was working like in East LA as a janitor, and he fucking just yeah, I don't know the rest.
Is that all you know?
I think that's all I know.
Do you know the ethnicity of the janitor?
Hispanic.
Ethnicity.
I think it was Hispanic. Like,
Alright.
Mexican American guy or whatever.
Well, then you and I, cheers, mate,
Cheers, mate.
have heard the same story. Here's the kicker. It's all bullshit.
Oh, what the fuck?
The dude, I guess the dude is a rich guy. The dude used to work for PepsiCo, I think, or worked. Yeah, I think he stepped down recently, but he was a high up there in PepsiCo. I forget the guy. I think his last name was Martinez, maybe. I don't know. But this fool would make a big ass. I remember I saw videos of this fool, like going like, oh, he started from nothing, and then one time he decided to put some chili powder and some unprocessed Cheetos that they hadn't put cheese on yet. And then supposedly he wanted to go pitch that to Frito-Lay. Frito-Lay tried it and they were like, oh my god, it's gonna be a fucking hot seller. And that's how he supposedly became a higher up in the company. Is it hard to believe? Not really. Possible? Yeah, I see a possibility on that, honestly. But this dude basically told everybody that was his story. So everybody's like, oh shit, you know, he became rich because of this shit. Turns out, this fool steps down already. He retires from PepsiCo. And then Frito-Lay recently took out a statement saying that they have no fucking record of this guy ever working for Frito-Lay.
What?
Like, they got no record whatsoever. They say, we're not saying he wasn't an integral part, that there's a possibility that he wasn't an integral part of the company. We're just telling you we have no record that he ever worked for Frito-Lay as a janitor. I was just like, bro, my fucking brain exploded, dude, when I was reading this shit. I was like, dude, I cannot believe I've been lied to. I think I've been hearing this story since I was in high school, bro.
Yeah, it's like one of those urban myths.
Yeah, and it's one of those like pick you up stories where you're like, hey, bro, I was an immigrant. If I did it, you could do it too. And then you're just like, hey, you know what? Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'll make the next best thing out there. Turns out it was fucking bullshit, dude. I was like, wow.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, dude, all this time, I'm proud. Every time I buy a bag of chips, I'm like, yeah, dude, some raza made this. Man, how could you not be proud? This product is sold everywhere.
But all they're saying is that we have no record of him working there.
Okay, the story was that he worked there as a janitor and created it and pitched it to them. So if they have no record of this fool ever working in there, how the hell did he work as a janitor and get a bag of unprocessed Cheetos?
Okay, but they also said that we're not saying he wasn't an integral part. What the fuck does that mean?
Because he worked for PepsiCo. So PepsiCo owns Frito-Lay.
Yeah.
So it could be that as he worked for PepsiCo, once they got Frito-Lay, then okay, he started fucking, you know, doing some stuff in there. Possibly. But officially, there's no record that he ever worked for Frito-Lay. Like, whatsoever.
It's just that part of them saying...
And that was a statement from Frito-Lay. It wasn't a statement from, like, some dude in there that said, oh, I used to work as a janitor for 25 years and I never seen him there. No, none of that.
That's fucking awesome.
None of that. It was just some dude. Like, it was just a company that said, hey, bro, why is this one taking all the credit for our chips? Like, he never even... Like, we have no record of this whoever working here.
Right.
And I'm just like...
Why after all these years?
Exactly! Why after all these years do they decide to say, nah, he didn't do any of that?
There's something going on, I feel.
It was
like
actually
they made
some dude named Kevin.
I feel like they made that statement. It's some inner pieces being moved around.
You think so?
Something tells me like it's just They're doing that for a reason. I
But
can't
what-
explain it because I don't know the.
What do you? Okay, if you were Frito-Lay and you were like, okay, we're gonna try to discredit this fool. What do you think you would gain out of it?
In my own scenario, I don't know if it's because maybe they're trying to sabotage him, or coming out and saying, or like letting him take the credit. Maybe they lose a lot of money. Maybe that he never signed some kind of important contract, and they're like, well, you just come on and say he never even worked here. We keep the fucking intellectual rights, the branding, everything. You know, it's one of those crazy business things that we may not understand because all we see is we buy a bag of chips, we eat some chips,
And they're bomb.
and that's it.
Eat them with some lobster soup.
Yeah.
Moss bomb. Even
Their-
better when they're stolen.
Their world is that of like subsidiaries and fucking equity and fucking affiliate marketing and shit like that, you know?
Yeah, dude, and that's the thing. Like, I was trying to understand, like, bro, what are you gonna get out of basically sabotaging this guy's story? Like, I would understand if they said, nah, he never worked here. It was actually, I don't know, think of a name.
It's actually fucking a guy's son that invented this chips.
Yeah, it was actually Connor's son, Gregory, that made these chips. But they didn't. All they said is they had no record of this guy working. So it's like, is it sabotage?
We have no record of this guy working here. But yeah, maybe that's like sending him a message. Look what we just came out and said. We said we don't have a record of you working here.
But what does he got to lose? He's already not part of the company. Like, he already retired. Like, he's done. He already has his possible millions already in his pocket.
I don't know. Again, that's
Like,
what I
I'm
don't
trying to
know.
think, like, I don't get it as to why they would bring out this type of news already, like, now after so many years.
Or maybe the guy's just a hack. And maybe he's bullshitted all these years and got a lot of money out of it.
Or do you think there's a possibility that Frito-Lay let him run with that story because it made money?
Could be that.
What if it sold? What if they were like, oh my God, I can't believe Frito-Lay gave an immigrant the opportunity to become a higher up because he invented hot Cheetos.
And they use that.
I have to support these.
And they use that as the fucking training videos.
Right?
Did you know that a fucking immigrant that could barely speak a word of English made one of our best-selling products? That could be you.
And he
'Cause
upped it up by making with lemon.
Exactly.
And then making extra hot Cheetos.
So in other words, bienvenido. You're part of the Frito-Lay family, Raza.
And then she busted Dr. Jill Biden. Si se puede.
Exactly. Vámonos a trabajar.
Trabajo.
No, really, get back to work. We timed this shit.
We've already been doing this for 10 minutes. Alright, get out of here.
You know, it's.
I don't know. I just thought I had to share that, bro. It was a real shocker to me, and I was just like, oh my God, my childhood just exploded right in front of my face.
Yeah, no, that's interesting, man. That's real interesting. Wow.
I
I kind of liked the shit that I believed at first.
Right?
Yeah, it sucks.
I don't know.
But, you know, it's a bunch of what we call reality is full of bullshit. It's
No,
full
that's
of,
true.
because sometimes stretching the truth makes things a little more interesting.
But then sometimes you overstretch it, bro. Yeah. You're just
like Building 7.
Yeah, like Building 7. All right.
Which wasn't hit by a fucking plane.
Well, what a coincidence. It wasn't hit with anything, and then it dropped.
Literally, like, physically impossible to drop a building like that through fire.
Through fire.
But
Hey, and it wasn't like fucking a bomb went off in it. It was just fire that dropped
fire.
it. Yeah, you want to tell me the drywall burning up destroyed the metal in there. All right.
Yeah. Right. Sometimes you gotta stretch the truth. Like the Pentagon.
What do you think? Be honest.
I honestly...
Do you think it was an inside job, or do you think it was an inside job by the building owners?
By the building owners?
Well, yeah, because they say that the dudes that got
Larry Silverstein.
whatever, yeah, that he had a terrorist insurance and he got paid out.
But the creepy thing about that is he got parachute. Terrorist insurance. Parachute
I
insurance.
don't know what the fuck was that.
terrorist insurance of like a couple months before.
Right?
Yeah.
And I heard nobody else out there that was affected by the 9/11 attacks got terrorist insurance and that they were screwed.
Yeah, you see?
Like they didn't get, they were asked out of their business. Because I heard some businesses were damaged, right? Because of that?
Yep.
And they were screwed because it was a terrorist attack. Their insurance didn't cover it, so they lost their business.
Well, how about that the fucking Bin Laden family had been visiting America like just right before the September 11 attacks, bro.
Weren't they kicking it in Texas, bro?
Yeah, like they were, you know? So it's like, wait. You guys had the Bin Laden family and they know the Bush family. So it's like, it just kind of goes to show you some people don't give a fuck about their country because they know.
I can see that.
A country is really just a bunch of people to us. What matters more is who gets to move the pieces around.
That's true. I hear a line a lot when they mention the September 11 attacks. Is like, I would never want a 9/11, but I would always want a 9/12. Because they say that after 9/11 attacks, that was the one day where America really united. And there was like no such thing as people bringing up bigotry, racism, or any of that, because we all had that one common enemy, which was terrorism.
Yeah.
And they say that that was the one day so far, or at least most recently, where the country really united and you know, man cared for each other and cared for their neighbors, where it was like no other time in history was it like that.
Yeah.
Well, probably except for maybe after Pearl Harbor, after World War. But I hear that a lot. And I was too young to actually fucking witness any of that shit. Well, I mean, I saw the towers drop on TV, but I mean, like, to have that camaraderie on 9/12, like, you know, to me it was just another day. I was just like, oh shit, some buildings dropped. But I mean, I hear that a lot. I've seen it a lot on like videos and people interviewing when they bring up 9/11. They always say that, and I never got that. Like, I never understood that. Like, what do you mean 9/12? Like, I guess it's something only you'd have to experience yourself to be able to be like, oh yeah, I would love a 9/12.
Yeah, I get, yeah.
Because I didn't get an experience in 9/12.
From what I heard, no. I mean, because we were thinking like kids, you know?
Yeah.
From what I heard is that, like, reporters were saying that, like, they were out in the streets and, like, on 9/12, like, every person they were looking at, like, in their fucking pupils, they could have sworn they saw bald eagles.
Oh my fucking god.
Just a bunch of reporters out in the street. Wait, what the fuck?
And then you could hear people at night going, "Ah! Ah!" Yeah, I had an old boss when one of my first welding jobs. According to him, he might be full of shit, but according to him, he had worked at New York. He was working in New York when the September 11 attacks happened, and this fool actually brought back like a piece of I-beam metal. It's like it's what it sounds like. It's a piece of metal that looks like a capital I. They call it an I-beam. He had a chunk of I-beam that supposedly he got from the site.
Oh shit!
It was a chunk like this big of I-beam. I would see the piece. I would see the chunk, like, because it was right by my painting area. But some of the dudes I used to work with, but then again, the guy was a Pookie monster. He said supposedly on 9/11 he would put a flag over it. I don't know. It kind of sounds corny, but at the same time, it kind of sounds cool, you know?
Sounds like you would probably...
It kind of sounds cool, but I never saw him. I was there for like a year and a half, so I was there during 9/11, and he fucking ignored that piece of I-beam. So who knows? I don't know what got into him that he said, hey, I'm not a patriot no more.
Right.
I don't know.
Probably.
What do you think? Do you think it was an inside job? Or do you think it was just some pissed off terrorists?
Deep down in my core, I do feel like it was an inside job.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like governments, they don't always think ahead, because the 9/11 Commission report.
Jesus Christ!
Because the 9/11 Commission report was horrible, like horrible. They really thought they were gonna play the entire country and people weren't gonna ask questions.
Wait, what's that?
The 9/11 Commission report.
What is that? I've never heard
of like a report. So they made a commission to investigate. I don't know how you're gonna investigate when you almost immediately take all the fucking debris, all the what remains, and you just fucking take it overseas to be like demolished and melted down.
What?
Yeah. You can look up what they did with the rubble.
Bro, this is the first time I'm hearing this.
You would think that they did like a really in-depth like fucking analysis of like fucking we gotta get to the bottom of this shit.
Not just that. I would think that, you know, because they built like a monument right there, right?
Yeah.
In the World Trade Center area. Bro, I would think that they fucking, you know, use that same material to try to somehow integrate it in the new monument.
Nah.
You're telling me they melted it down, they got rid of it?
They definitely got rid of it. I think they sent it overseas is what I heard.
What?
Yup.
Dude, this is news to me, bro. I've never heard of this. Nor the 9/11 Commission. What? Dude, you just... Oh, man, that's too much to handle today, dude. First it was Cheetos, and now it's you hitting me with the 9/11 Commission.
Tons of the 9/11 debris, blood, and body parts were dumped in Columbiana County, Ohio, in their C&DD landfills.
What?
We have documents and witnesses to prove it, but we have been denied due process. I live in Mahoning County. Columbia County is our southern neighbor. I never knew tons of 9/11 debris were dumped here. Considering the federal government is involved, nothing done surreptitiously, I don't know, by them would surprise me. To make the matter even more bizarre, it turns out Ohio State and OPA and ODNR are permitting the same Columbiana County 9/11 dumping landfill, permitting the destruction of a world history, changing ancient Paleo City. Okay, I don't know what the fuck this.
Okay, so basically they got rid of it.
Yeah, they got rid of the fucking the rubble.
What the fuck?
Okay, but look, there's a. I think I got this shit from Alex Jones' documentary. He made a documentary.
Wait, you had a documentary 9/11?
On 9/11, yeah.
Bro, I'm getting...
And
this is new to me.
And one of the people that like fucking narrates the documentary was talking about how they had people get some of the rubble onto trucks to take to the landfills, and that they needed that shit so tight. The fucking the operation, like you're gonna take this shit from here to there, so tight that if they took an extended like lunch break, because they were tracking these drivers to make sure they didn't want to pull a fast one and maybe go dump some debris somewhere else or whatever. When you want this shit, go there. This is how much it's gonna take you. Go. If they took extended lunch breaks, they were fired.
Really?
Yeah. That was on the fucking documentary that Alex Jones made. I forgot what it was called, but he's made a bunch. The Obama Deception, Endgame, In Plain Sight. I think was that him. I think there was no, not In Plain Sight.
It's just me kind of like my inner patriot who loves America so much doesn't want to accept it. Like, I kind of feel like it's a little bit of both, because I feel like it is a possibility that the U.S. was involved in somehow by basically ignoring all the red flags regarding the terrorists, you know? Because some people say that supposedly it was the U.S. themselves that got the terrorists and even brought them in, like, and made it super easy for them, you know? I feel like the U.S. probably wouldn't do something stupid like that.
But the U.S. isn't like just one group.
No, I know. I'm talking about it as a whole. Like, I feel like they probably just said, hey, you know what? This is just one of those opportunities where it could be a win-win. People are going to die, but we're going to win in the sense that we're going to get the terrorists, we're going to unite America, and we're going to be back. You know? So I feel like they probably already knew what the guys were playing. Like, I feel like the guys that blew up the towers were actual terrorists. I don't think, because I've heard people say that supposedly they were just some doped up guys that the U.S. found that just happened to know how to fly planes, and they said, all right, hey, here, just do it.
Yeah.
I hear that. I feel like they probably were actual terrorists, and the U.S. knew about it, and they probably said, just let them, you know? Just let them, just ignore it, you know? And then that's what happened, you know? People cashed out. Some people didn't cash out. But then we were able to start a war. And we were able to make money by increasing production through guns and vehicles and all that stuff we were sending out there in Iraq. That's what I kind of feel like it was. I feel like it's a little bit of both. I feel like there were people out there that wanted to attack us, but couldn't. Because of our defensive capabilities.
Well, I mean, have you heard about the first time that the World Trade Center was attacked? that the FBI was involved.
I heard it wasn't attacked. I heard it was just like a commercial, like not even a commercial plane. I heard it was a small plane and some dude was flying.
No, I'm talking about the bomb.
Oh, there was a bomb?
Like in 1990 something.
Oh, no.
That's where that Biggie Smalls lyric comes from. Blow up like the World Trade.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's not foreshadowing like into. No. Oh no! Why are you doing this to me today, bro?
The
What's wrong with you today?
The World Trade Center was attacked with the bomb. And
it was?
Yeah, supposedly the FBI found this guy. This guy was like a nut job. And so they basically gave him the tools to go and set this bomb off inside the World Trade Center. Why? Supposedly, according to fucking a documentary called Zeitgeist, the movie. Supposedly, that part of the U.S. government, again, you got to understand, the government is a bunch of moving pieces. And they don't always like each other, and they don't always have each other's back. That's why you have some forms of like government divisions that don't even cooperate with others. You have like probably some figureheads of the DEA that don't like the FBI. Or the CIA doesn't get along with some figureheads from the DEA. You know what I mean?
I've heard a lot of that. I've heard a lot of that. They have a lot of like inner conflict.
Exactly. But supposedly the FBI, people within the FBI wanted to pass like a terrorist act. So I guess in order to pass the terrorist act, they needed a certain amount of people to die from a terrorist act.
What?
Like they needed something to happen.
They needed something big.
For me to take your rights away, I need a reason. I need to get the general population on my side, right? So why do you think sometimes media focuses on like mass shootings? Shootings happen all the time.
Yeah.
You know? But it's for the most part, it's some guy losing his cool, whatever, right? A lot of gangbangers lose their cool, shoot other gangbangers. People are like, you see, more reasons for us to have guns.
Yep.
So they're like, fuck. How can we convince the general public to give up their guns? We need to scare them so much. Like, you sure you want guns around in your country? Like, any nut job could just kill like 50 of you. Is that what you want? You want to risk being one of 50 that some weirdo just goes off on a rampage? So they need like mass killings. That's why sometimes media focuses in on mass killings. You know? But, so the FBI, I guess they needed a certain amount of people to die. So this guy took a bomb to the World Trade Center in the 90s, and I forgot how many people died, but it just wasn't enough. So they're like, fuck. It's not enough. It's not enough. We're not getting, I mean, we are getting media coverage, but the death toll's not enough to pass this.
How many people died?
No, that's what I just said. I don't remember how much. But then you look at the guy that bombed Oklahoma. However many he killed, that was enough. That was a mass, like fucking, you know, they even changed how much fucking fertilizer you can buy when you go to stores. Is what I've heard. Because he made these bombs with like fucking fertilizer. So whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
That's made out of fertilizer?
Yeah, that's one of the main like components.
That's not the Unabomber, was it?
No, the Unabomber's that weirdo that used to send shit through the mail.
Oh, yeah.
But, so that fuck in Oklahoma City does his dirty deed. And then they're like, dude, this is perfect. This is the justification we need. And then shortly after, they passed like a terrorist act.
Like a terrorist act?
Yeah, like some, you know, like, so that gives the government some powers over, you know, the general population.
So it's almost like I don't even know what it might be, but it's almost closely to the Patriot Act, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
When they passed after 9/11,
after 9/11,
they start tapping your phones and all that stuff.
Exactly.
That makes a lot more sense now that you mention it, dude. I didn't think about it like that. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, because they, whoever they is, they want to...
whoever they is.
They want to have... And rightfully so. I mean, can you imagine if you're in power? You want to have some kind of grip on your country, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Not like to the extent of China. Those motherfuckers overdo it. They take the fun out of living life. But you want to have some kind of control. You want to be able to track people to know, like, hey, where are the weirdos? What are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess that's why they want to pass Patriot Act after Super Patriot Act, after We're All in This Together Act, after
the
Everybody Safe Act.
Everybody Safe Act, the For the People Act, all that dumb shit.
United Act.
There's a United Act?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, Oklahoma City, shortly after that, they put some kind of legislation, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just fucking getting some of this stuff, most of the stuff from like that Alex Jones documentary, and also the one I found on YouTube. It's called Zeitgeist. He's in on it too. There's a clip of him like, you think some people in the cave were able to stand down NORAD? You think some people in the cave were able to finance the most like fucking intricate plan to attack America from within? You think some people in the cave? You think Osama bin Laden gave the order and fucking the funding or whatever? You know what I mean? It's like these pieces are way too what do you call it? Like, there's people had to conspire. This wasn't just a few loose screws that made this happen. Like, you need cooperation to make an operation like this, like, you know, be successful.
I agree with that. Yeah. Like, how the fuck else? That actually does make sense. And that's why I say, like, I think it was a little bit of both. Like, I feel like pissed off terrorists didn't want to come and attack, and the government just said, hey, this is one of those perfect opportunities where we know their plan, we know what they're gonna do, but because I heard there was another flight that was supposed to hit, right? I think it was United 93?
Something like that, right?
Or 83, I think. Yeah, but right there, the passengers actually fought back, and the terrorists weren't able to make it to where they wanted to make it, I guess, and they ended up just crashing somewhere else.
Shanksville.
Yeah, because I guess they didn't end up. They weren't able to make it to where they were trying to make it, I guess.
Yeah, but even the guy that supposedly flew it into the Pentagon, in order to get that angle to dive where it dove, a plane that size and everything, even experts are like looking at it like, bro, he would have had to do a maneuver in midair that even like the most experienced pilots would be in envy of. Like, you're talking about pilots that have flown for like 20 years. They were scratching their heads like, how the fuck did this guy do that maneuver in order to, you know what I mean? We would have trouble doing that.
That's actually true. But I remember I saw a video that somebody said that they were there when the Pentagon blew up, and they said they never saw a plane.
That's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of people are saying.
That they never saw a plane.
How do you get rid of the huge engines?
Yeah, they're like fucking huge. They
weigh
just don't melt.
They weigh like 5 tons each.
But they don't melt. Those motherfuckers don't melt.
Or 2 tons. Doesn't matter. You know? So, and then there was one of the instructors at a flight school that one of those motherfuckers trained at. He was also like, dude, to this day I'm left puzzled how he was able to pull that off. He couldn't even fly at all here. Like, he was a shit pilot.
Really?
Like, he was a horrible pilot. But you're telling me the same guy that I saw struggle to even fucking take off in these small little planes, you're telling me he dove a fucking commercial plane into the Pentagon? Wow. You know?
That, you're right.
So it's like so many things where I'm like, nah. Like, I would feel very dishonest to agree that it was just all, quote unquote, just terrorists, you know?
Yeah.
Like foreign terrorists.
No, when you put it that way, you know, you're right. But it's like, at the same time, fuck, dude, you fucking melted my brain. I never knew that the fucking Biggie lyrics meant the 91 bombing at the World Trade Center.
Is that what you looked up?
Yes. I wanted to see if you were bullshitting me, but you weren't. I was like, God damn it. I was hoping it was a lie, bro. Like, I was hoping I could be able to be like, bullshit, I caught you in your bullshit. And you're going to be like, oh, fuck, you got me. But no, I couldn't. I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it like,
1991?
Yeah, it was 91.
And then Oklahoma happened like in 93, no? Or 97?
I don't even fucking know. God damn it, dude. God damn it. And dude, the whole time I was convinced that Biggie was like a Nostradamus, that he's the one that fucking foreshadowed it, that 9/11 was gonna happen. Fuck. That kind of bummed me out, dude, not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm just like...
Yeah, man, don't be bummed out. Vegas is open.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, Vegas is open 100%.
They're good to go now, right?
Yeah, 100% capacity.
Oh, snap. What do you think?
I mean,
When
look.
was the last time you got to Vegas?
Fucking, I was a kid.
Oh, I've never gone to Vegas in my life.
We should go. We should go. We should make it something where me and you and then the other people, it's like, it's not that they don't matter, but they're like, it's irrelevant who else goes.
It's irrelevant who else goes.
Like, maybe just like our girls and other...
That's how it is with camping, you know? I was like, hey, let's go camping. It's irrelevant who else goes.
Yeah.
But we're going to go camp. Oh, we're going camping, by the way, so expect another vlog.
Where are we going to?
Cibola? Cibola.
Up north?
Arizona. No, it's
in Arizona?
It's in Arizona. It's right off the border. It's like as soon as you cross the California-Arizona border, it's like right there.
Is it a resort or it's just the middle of nowhere?
It's the middle of nowhere. We're camping. For why would we camp at a resort?
Oh. Do other people go there?
Some people go there, yeah. It's gonna be hot. That's why we gotta take suntan lotion. But we're right by the Colorado River though. Like the Colorado River is right next to us. So we don't have to worry about, oh my god, I'm hot. It's like, nah, throw on your sunscreen, let it dry real quick, run to the river and just chill there.
Nice.
Pee there, you know, take your dump in there. I hear it's normal, fool. Although I'm still grossed out by the idea of people taking a dump in the river. I hear it's a normal thing.
So long as it's not still water, right?
No, the river's flowing, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that thing's running. It's not gonna... I'm assuming it stays still till when it gets to Mexico, dude, so...
Even then, like, the water's always moving.
It just sucks that by the time it gets to Mexico, dude, we're giving them shit, piss, and other horrible things that... Who knows?
Fertilizer.
Well, I mean, I guess. We're fertilizing their tummies, dude.
That's feeling.
I don't know if you knew this, but basically the water they give you to drink is like our tap water. It tastes like our tap water, and the tap water there isn't too nice.
Yeah, I bet.
It's not too nice. Even I was just like, oh.
Yeah, but we were talking about Vegas, man. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. It's finally, you know, because they've been losing money for fucking, I don't know how long, not being able to be at 100%.
So now they're 100%. There's like, hey, everything goes. Is it just Vegas or is it all of Nevada?
I don't know about that. I don't know, but you know, at least some of the casinos are gonna get some like good traffic. You know, and that's good. That's good.
Now they need that, dude. They need the money. Like, how else do you think you're gonna be? How else do you think you're gonna be profitable, or how do you think your economy is gonna get better?
Yeah.
If you're keeping your shit closed, like look at California, dude. How many businesses are failing, dude? And you're just like, oh, well, we're not gonna open it because it's not safe. Like, really? And I don't know. Well, I mean, we're jumping here, kind of, but. I don't know if you saw recently that they interviewed Fauci and he basically said that the mask was theater.
He said the mask was theater?
Yeah, like he basically stuck back to his original comment saying that the masks don't limit you in any way or prevent you or help you from getting the virus. That there's just no point in wearing the mask. He was recently interviewed because they asked him about the CDC guidelines because they were like, hey, you know, it was sudden. How the CDC just basically said, hey, you don't have to wear your masks anymore if you're vaccinated. Let me clarify this. And he was like, oh, well, yeah, you know, as I had said before, you know, there was really no need for masks. You're like, really, Emperor Fauci? Like, you're really going to lie about like that when you said that you should even double mask? Like, you're really going to lie about it?
Damn, that guy's fucked. It sounds like he's fucked because, I mean... It's not like we don't have you on record.
Exactly. Mind you, Senator Rand Paul, I didn't even know he was a doctor. That dude's a doctor.
Really?
Yeah. Turns out he's a surgeon. So he knows what he talks about. So he ended up telling him, like, hey, man, like, when are you going to stop with this theater? And the guy was like, it's not theater. It's not theater. You really should double mask. Like, he says it. He's on the record saying shit like that. And now he comes back to, like, saying, no, well, I always said it before. You shouldn't have worn the mask, period. Like... Really? Like, now you're flip-flopping?
Flip-flopping, bro.
Like, I don't even know what to call him anymore because he flip-flopped like 3 fucking times. And I'm just like, wow, dude, this dude actually flip-flopped like that. Like, I wouldn't even think about it. And he just flip-flopped on you.
Little flip-flopper, man.
Little flip-flopper, right?
It seems like it. It seems like it.
Yeah, but I thought you probably heard about it.
Nah.
Really?
What you're telling me right now, that he said that, oh yeah, it was just theater or whatever? No.
Well, he didn't say the word theater, but he said like he said that he had said it before that there was no real necessity to wear masks. And me, I'm like, you sneaky.
Look, I'm trying to be fair because I remember when he first
in the grass.
When he first said that, in the context where we were, he said this shit last year when there was a few cases. Remember, people were trying to get PPE, like masks.
Yeah.
People were trying to... I don't know why the hell
people were fighting for them, dude.
I don't know why people were fighting over, like, toilet, which is so fucking stupid.
Not just that, but dude, they were fighting over masks.
Masks,
and sanitizers.
Okay, but look, for me, masks and sanitizers, it makes sense why people wanted to have them. We didn't know about this virus. Like, when was the last time we had a panic to where they shut down the NBA... They shut down fucking stores. They shut down, like, I've never lived through that.
No, not even
nationwide. I've never.
Not even for Ebola, for the swine flu, they did that.
So, it sent this overwhelming rush for all of us. You know,
it did. I mean, yeah.
I'm trying to be fair to where he was at, like at the time with what you have, because you only know so much. So how do you just tell the country? I mean, the same way people try to give shit to Trump. Oh, why didn't you fucking, tell everybody to shut down, blah, blah, blah. He said it himself. Well, I didn't want to send a mass hysteria. What good is it to have the country just fucking, you know what I mean? Like, just in a mass panic.
But then even then, it still caused mass hysteria.
So Fauci was under this, like, dude, if the president doesn't want to do that, I'm working with the president. He can replace me like that.
And he never did,
Nah, he didn't replace him. There was times where he kind of, like, he didn't like him, but maybe he saw it as useful. Like, I kind of need this guy around. So when he first said that you don't need masks, we'll never know. But I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I was just like, he's not being as specific. Here I am filling in the blanks for him. In my head, I'm like, we have cases in the Northern California and I think Seattle. If that's true, assume I got it right at the time. There's no reason why people in Texas should be panicking buying masks. There's no reason why people in Florida should be panicking buying hand sanitizer and masks.
Exactly.
I think that's what he might have meant, but he never said it. Sometimes when people say these things, they make official statements. At least for me, I speak for myself, sometimes I'm like, but you didn't go into the specifics, and that's where people are going to shit on you. Your opposition is going to fill in the blanks for you, and they're going to have ammo and hit pieces on you. So when he said that, oh, you don't need masks, or there's no reason why people should be panicking, I was like, yeah, people like in the East Coast, people in Texas, but people in the affected areas, I think they should be wearing masks. They should be fucking, like, socially distancing, like not being all indoors and fucking in the same apartment all together, all tight.
Yeah.
But whatever, it is what it is. I think he fucked himself, regardless.
I think he did because he flip-flopped so much, Like, I think, honestly, and I'm already against the guy. Look at me as whatever you want to see. I don't care. Because him flip-flopping. But at the same time, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say maybe he probably didn't want to flip-flop. Maybe it's the possibility that he just didn't know how to tell people, like, hey, I don't got all the info.
Right.
So in the meantime, just don't mask, Because I'm pretty sure if he probably would have even said that, people would have been like, oh, well, how are you a virologist if you don't know how to give us the answers, So I kind of want to give him, like, I kind of want to be a little bit on his side, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, bro, you flip-flop way too much.
Which is 100% true, he did.
Yeah.
And that's how he fucked himself. I mean, can you remember at one point there was stories that supposedly people, how you say it? They, not cured, but they got sick with the virus, boom, 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 recovered, and then got sick again.
Yeah.
So
I heard a lot of stories like that.
Or like people had the same symptom for like months.
Yeah.
Where like
they had prolonged effects.
Their taste.
Their lungs look like smokers' lungs.
Yeah. So you're the top epidemiologist. You're in charge of like where the country is as far as being informed, and you're hearing this shit, and you're hearing like, because this virus is at least in this like specific genome, it's new to even you.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they studied coronaviruses in China, where I think he had a link to or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know any evidence that he has first-hand experience dealing with this specific genome.
Yeah.
You know? So when you're hearing this shit as a top epidemiologist, and you're hearing that like, oh, people get sick, they recover, and then they get sick again, so you're like, what the fuck do I tell the country?
Yeah.
Or that people have lost their sense of smell and taste for months.
And unfortunately, it went the worst way possible.
What?
Like, you try to handle it in the worst way possible,
Yeah.
you know, by flip-flopping, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure if you would have just been honest, like, hey, you know what? We don't see the need to wear masks, but at the moment, we can't really tell you the severity of the virus yet. Let us do more research, and then we'll let you know, you know? I'm pretty sure right off the bat, when they would have seen it was a 99.7% survival rate off the virus if you're healthy and you don't have any pre-existing conditions and you're not over, 65? It could have been like, hey, you don't have to wear masks, but we encourage older people and people with pre-existing conditions to wear masks. And every healthy person out there, make sure you sanitize. I feel like that wouldn't have caused a fucking mass hysteria. But then again, this is on hindsight already. You know? The fucking deed's already done.
The deed is done. Yeah, but that guy fucked himself, man. He came into the starlight and like, you know, superstardom.
Yeah.
And in the same year, he destroyed his reputation.
Bro, he came in like he thought he was Freddie Mercury, bro. He's like, I'm gonna tell these guys what to do, cause I'm smarter than them. And then, way to go, you got AIDS. Now everybody treats you like a leper and no one wants to be next to you.
Exactly. Yeah, so Dr. fucking Fauci, bro, he fucked himself.
He did. Bad. I feel bad for the guy. But to lighten the mood a little bit, how much do you know about Reddit?
I use that website sometimes. I think it's interesting. I like the discussions. I like the system where people vote each other up, vote down.
How like what stuff have you been on Reddit? Like what have you seen on Reddit?
Discussions when it comes to like just work related, finance, like people like little secrets, or like millionaires get on there, supposedly multimillionaires get on there and fucking they give, you know, the everyday people, the normies, they give them like financial advice, like, oh, you know, here's some secrets that they don't tell you about credit or whatever shit like that. That's what I find interesting.
Really?
Like insider, like hints, or like, you know.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm new to this. This is like my first time, and you're gonna call me a grandpa, but it's my first time ever actually exploring on Reddit, bro.
What do you think about it?
You already know me. I have a sick curiosity, and I just want to go look for whatever crazy shit I could find. And I found some pretty weird, wild stories that you might trip on, which I want to share with you and anybody watching.
Let me see.
Let you know they're a little weird.
Let's go.
And I need your opinion on this. So I found this one on R-Sex. It's my boyfriend asked me to do something very weird, and I don't know how to go about it. I don't know how to go about it. So it starts off. My boyfriend, 32, and I, 29 years of age, have been together for 6 years now. We moved together 3 years ago. Our relationship has always been great, and I don't even like calling him my boyfriend because it's a lot more than that. In our sex lives, he's always been shy or timid, or just not overly sexual. So then she continues by saying, we have sex 2 times a week. Once a week if he's working long. Damn, I feel bad for this dude. He works in a construction firm where he's on site most of the time. The sex is good, but it isn't something we explore, and it isn't at the center of our relationship, which is why what he asked was so out of left field. Last Friday, he took off from work and asked if I wanted a long weekend with him. He wanted us to be in bed, order in, and just relax, something I was extremely thrilled about because that's something we never get to do. I too took Friday off, and we hunkered down in our apartment, and it was honestly the best we've spent together in a while.
That's cool. That's cool.
We did have sex, and it was all very intimate. On our last day, Sunday, I was in the kitchen preparing our dinner when he walked up behind me and kissed me. I shrugged him off and asked him to save it for later as I was about to plate up the food. We sat on our couch and with our plates, and immediately after we got done eating, he says if he can ask me a question. I say sure. I did suspect it was something sexual because he'd been stirring the entire time. He says back in the kitchen I looked really sexy, almost vulnerable. And he wanted to try something. I said, sure, what do you have in mind? He said all of it in a nervous way, but he said it that while I'm in the kitchen, he wants to come up from behind me and scare me so bad that I piss myself. And that he wants to lick the piss going down my legs and lick it off my feet and floor.
What the fuck?
Look, I've known him for a long time. And this is the first time I've ever heard him even mention something like this. I'm not judging for what he asked for or the type of thing he wants to engage in, but it's so completely out of left field that just the shock of him saying so out of character is something I can't seem to shake off. I said, oh, and I listened to him explain it and only said that it's something we can try out because I didn't want to hurt his feelings when he opened up to me like that. But again, I can't seem to shake off the feeling of this being so unfamiliar. What do I do? How do I approach this?
Wow.
I've never been into piss, bro, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, I've never been into piss either. That's a crazy story.
It's like almost getting asked for a golden shower.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's not something that you're going to expect to be asked. So it's not something you could be prepared for.
Yeah, true.
Like, I'm not prepared for somebody to ask me for a golden shower. I'm not. Like, if somebody asked me, like, hey, bro, why don't you give me... I'll be like, what?
You just expect, like, one of your bros to ask?
No. Like, if I'm intimate with somebody, no, not one of my bros.
Your girl.
Yeah, like, if my girl asks me, like, hey, I want a golden shower, it's something that's going to catch me off guard. Like, wait, what? I didn't even know you were there.
I would totally...
R. Kelly here?
No, I wouldn't. I would totally not. That's not something I would expect at all, you know?
Yeah. Especially the scenario. Hey, babe, I want to scare you, but I'm going to scare you so bad you're peeing yourself, okay?
Like, that's rude.
Like, it's different. It's not like if he said, hey, I want you to piss in my face. That's different. He said, I want to play a scenario with you, basically.
Where I scare you.
And
you pee.
And you pee because you got scared.
And I lick it off the floor.
And I lick it off the floor right after.
That's I don't know, man. I don't know that, the reward system that's activated, you know? Like what?
Right?
Like what? Like, you know? Like when it comes to like fetishes and shit like that, what, you know? Sexuality is that much of a, I guess, spectrum that you don't understand what is it that makes somebody like that guy want to literally drink pee off of someone's body and then the floor.
The only reason I can't say it's entirely weird is because he's asking somebody he's been with for a while, his significant other. I feel like it'd be different if this guy was the type that had that, or who knows. I'm just throwing this out there. Maybe like if you were to ask other people, like, hey, I'm gonna go hire a hooker so you go pee on me, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's different because he's asking a significant other he's been with for a while. You know, he probably experimented that thing once when he was younger, because the guy was like 30 already. He probably experienced it in his early 20s, and he was like, hey, I'm into this. But then he couldn't find a way to tell anybody.
There's probably a bunch of hotel rooms that guy stunk up.
You think so?
In his 20s.
That he was just like, hey, we're going to get the covers and we're just throw them in the closet. And we're going to dip out and get our deposit back.
Exactly.
I don't know, dude. I don't know what I do. But I got one more. For you. This one's called Weird First Date. Can't make this up. So, it goes as follows. So I meet this girl in the gym, believe it or not. I'm a fit guy, but not wildly jacked or anything. Almost like you, man. You're a fucking looker. I noticed a girl walking around me and wearing a fanny pack. She had a cute face and a nice body, and I estimated she probably had a couple years on me. I was 24 at the time. I don't generally hit on girls at the gym, as I just focus on my own shit, but the signals were just slapping me in the face. She would be lying around the gym just to walk by, and she'd choose to lift on the machines next to me, or close to me. This happened on more than one occasion, seeing her at the gym, so I wasn't crazy. I spark conversation and get her number. I invite her out for drinks, but she lets me know of something she'd rather do. In a neighboring town to our gym, they will be showing an outdoor movie on an artificial field between a popular strip of restaurants. Sounds awesome. So we agree on a time to meet there at night, and not knowing what to expect, I pack a mini cooler with some wine and snacks. Okay, so this already sounds kind of bad where he says that I don't know what to expect. Okay, so the day comes, I drive to the location, and the area is beautiful. The screen is set up, overlooking a short but very green lawn, and it's all sandwiched between nice restaurants with their outdoor aesthetic fireplaces going, and the place is buzzing. The movie that we will be watching, which I'll learn later on, is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Oh shit, this is an old ass Reddit then. And the place is littered with kids. This is like a nice family event. Being surrounded by children is not what I had in mind for a first date, but obviously just gonna go with it at this point. I text her that I'm here. I was there 10 minutes earlier than her. Finally, she texts me that she's here. I don't see her. I respond, where? She responds, on the green. I respond, I'm on the green. I don't see you. Enough of the texting fumbling. I give her a call. She picks up, and I'm looking around for her, scanning the crowd. Scanning, and boom. I see her with phone in one hand and the other hand waving at me. Here's the part. I kid you not. This girl was dressed full blown as Cinderella. Cinder fucking Rella. Makeup, flowy blue gown. I walk up and give a slightly awkward, hey, look at you. Do you work here? Thinking that maybe they were showing a Disney movie and this girl works here as a princess for the kids like they do in Disneyland World.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
And she gives me a confused look and goes, no. I respond, oh, well, you're dressed up. She answers, this is just the way I dress.
What the fuck?
It was too awkward. Little kids were running up to her the whole time saying, hi, are you a princess? Wow, you're the most pretty girl I've ever seen. Her responding like, thank you, you were too kind, yeah. You're dressed as Cinderella at an event with tons of kids and the movie is Harry Potter. What are you doing? The weirdest part about it is that she was just level-headed, easygoing, and cool to talk to for the most part. Despite her dress, she really seemed to have her ducks in a row. But I don't know how I'm supposed to get over the fact that she addressed as a Disney princess in public as a 26-year-old. I could feel the eyes from parents around us. There I am with a bottle of wine. Me and Cinderella watching Harry Potter. Needless to say, I have not seen her again, but I wish her the very best on all her princess endeavors.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Whoever this guy is, he sounds awesome, bro.
He sounds cool as fuck, bro.
I love the way he analyzes stuff, man. Like, this guy sounds real cool.
He kind of not necessarily got catfished. Because he saw what the girl looked like. He just didn't expect to be a girl that likes to cosplay in real life.
Hey, then again, it's not her fault.
No.
She saw him. They met at the gym.
So she was in her workout gear.
Hey, nah. To be fair, why didn't she wear that to the gym?
What was she wearing when she was working out? Well, she was wearing like one of those. You know how the back in the day they had those swimsuits that would like almost wear like capris that reached to your knees, and they had the ruffles on the end. What if she was wearing one of those, and this fool was like, "Oh, it's a fucking." He probably never put two and two together. Like, wait, she's wearing one of those things to work out. She might be wearing a dress after this.
Yeah. Hey, man, who knows? But I like this one. I like this guy, bro. This guy's cool. I like the way he analyzed everything. I wish her the very best on all her princess endeavors. That guy's cool, man.
I don't know, bro. Have you ever been hit with something like that?
Just a while back, I remember I was going to like
Oh God,
community college.
what'd you get hit with?
No, I mean it wasn't like nothing like this, but it was just awkward. There was this girl. I was going to community college.
Get it, so I can fill you up.
And she basically, it was awkward because she was trying to pick up on me, which.
I mean, I'm not surprised, bro. If I was a woman, I'd pick up on you. You're one hell of a dude.
That's what people think. You've gotten picked up on by girls.
I mean,
look, I don't know if you'll
not as much as you.
I don't know if you'll agree. I don't know if you'll agree with me on that, but it just always puts me in an awkward situation because it puts me in the receiver role.
Yeah, exactly. We're not used to being in the receiver role.
And that's just awkward. Like, I know I'm not the only guy, but it throws you off when you find a girl attractive. I'm in a relationship, so I love my girl. But
yeah, we know.
Prior to that, let's say you find a girl attractive.
Yeah.
She finds you attractive. Awesome. But she beats you to the chase and she starts like, hey, you know, kind of like coming after you.
What's up, boy?
Yeah,
and you're just like,
it goes, whoa, I might as well grow big breasts because you just put me in the feminine role. You know what I mean? Like,
I might as well go get a purse.
Yeah, like you went for it, and that you kind of beat me to the bunch. So basically, that's what happened with this girl. Like, we met in community college, and she was fucking like asking me all these questions, and it felt awkward, but I couldn't put my fucking finger on it. I was like,
what do you mean awkward? How?
Like, fucking, like, it just felt weird for her to be the one approaching me.
Oh, because you were the receiver.
Yeah, it just, like, something feels off, but I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what to call it. Like, what is it? Why do I feel weird? And it's because she was the one basically picking up on me. And she was just asking me all these questions, like, basically, like, doing the pursuing like a man would. And
really?
Yeah, and I was just like...
Like, she was telling me, like, where you from and all that?
All that shit.
Really?
And so I was like, wait. She's beating me to the chase. Let me try to reverse it. You know? Let me do the picking up or whatever. And basically, she was just like, let's go hang out somewhere. No fucking, like, shyness whatsoever.
No, like, hey, give me your number and I'll talk to you later?
Not like, hey, do you want my number? So then I could wake up, snap out of it, and be like, oh, yeah, actually, yeah, that's what I want. Now let me do the pursuing. It was just her doing the pursuing, so I was just like
so she was straight, like, predator drone mode on you.
Yeah, which is...
Stealth bomber.
For me, awkward. So I was like, all right, yeah, let's go hang out.
See, I've never put in a position like that.
So we went to the park. That's good. I don't think you want to be in a position like this.
I kind of do.
It's not cool, man. So we went to the park, and I shit you not, just based off the way she fucking went for things, I didn't know how to act.
So what do you mean?
We just had an awkward ass fucking like time at the park. Like, nothing happened. We didn't do anything. We didn't make out. Nothing. We just literally talked. Like, we might as well both fucking doing yarn together.
You're crocheting right there next to each other.
Because we just had like a combo.
Start sipping on tea.
Psyched myself out. But I didn't know what to call it at the time. Now I know what to call it. Like, it was because this bitch went Rambo and started doing the pursuing. So then I had a hard time reversing it and putting her in her feminine role.
Bro, she straight went for you, huh?
Yeah, she's straight like fucking...
You were the gazelle, she was the lioness, and she went... Rah!
She's straight basically like...
You were like... Rah! What the hell?
But yeah, that's probably a very, like, my weird experience that not haunts me, but I'm just like...
I can't believe I went through that.
What a strange time.
Bro, I've never had one of those. Like, bro, when you're talking about pursuing, like, yeah, I've had a girl, like, hit on me, you know? But not to that extent. I've never had a girl, like, be that aggressive or that, like, dominant, at least. I don't know how to call it.
Probably that.
Like, I never had a girl be that dominant. I've always had a girl, like, approach me and be like, hey, I think you're good looking or whatever. And I'll be like, oh, well, you fucked up, homegirl, because I'm going for the kill now.
Right.
You know? And then I would just go pursue. You went, like, your situation is completely opposite of whatever I've ever done.
This girl was so aggro that I just fucking was like... It's like someone took my backpack. Like, just snatched my backpack, bro.
You didn't know how to react. Like, and worst part, you didn't even know who took it.
You know, yeah, and I'm just standing there like... Is this a prank?
You're like, am I going to get it back?
Yeah. Like, looking for the camera, like, alright. Someone has a camera. Somewhere. You know?
You're like looking under the table like...
like just looking around, like
What is it?
cars are passing, and you're like, is she coming back? But yeah, that was it.
What the fuck, dude? I wonder if more people out there have been in that situation you have. This is the first time I ever heard a situation like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Probably a lot of guys. Hey, so it turns out that Bill Gates was a dog, from what I'm hearing.
I wouldn't be surprised. I heard he's been on fucking Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs like a motherfucker.
I heard he was.
I would not be surprised if he's a pedophile.
Allegedly. Oh no, I don't know about the pedophile route. What I'm saying.
Oh, you said dog. That's what I'm saying. That I'm just going off of that.
Yeah.
Because I read that. Sorry to interrupt you, but I read that supposedly the reason why they divorced, one reason was that whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, that they were friends and that he was on his flight log and went to pedophile island and shit.
Imagine that's the downfall of Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your best pedophile homie would fucking, do it.
But from what I heard, why I said that Bill Gates might allegedly, maybe, could be, perhaps, be a dog, is that supposedly he would pick up on chicks while working at Microsoft.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You don't put it past him?
Dude, you got that fuck you money. You know that dude John McAfee? Mm-hmm. You ever heard of that guy?
Yeah.
The dude that invented the antivirus? Dude, this fool was like out there basically whipping his dick out on everybody. That supposedly they would have like I don't know if it was like a competition or like basically everybody in the office would fuck each other. Like it was like a game.
What the fuck?
I swear to God, it was like a game. Like they interviewed people that used to work with him at IBM or McAfee, whatever the fuck this bullshit company was called, and they would talk about that. Supposedly they had games where they would fuck each other. Like they would have sex with each other. Like this fool was checked out, and then he ended up leaving Brazil or Costa Rica or something. He ended up leaving.
He had a weird scenario.
He ended up leaving, and out there, dude, he was doing some crazy shit where, dude, they say that he was hiring prostitutes, and that they interview the prostitutes, and they talk about like, how was this guy like, and they're like, he would not stop wanting to have sex. They're like, he could go for like 2 to 3 days. We don't know what he was on. We don't know if he was sober, but he could go for like 2 to 3 days. Obviously not nonstop, but I mean like, it would never be a time. They say that there would be a time where he would get him for a couple days, and it was just boning. Like they would have sex, obviously take their break after he busted his nut. After he took his little break, back on it. Like he would binge sex, and he would go multiple rounds with these prostitutes. And one of them said the longest time he was with him was 3 days, dude. Where they wouldn't leave the room. They didn't leave the room. Because he already had like water and like a couple snacks, but it was mostly water and his drinks or whatever the fuck he was getting fucked up on.
Yeah.
But for 3 days, fool, he was just going like, hey, you're not leaving the room. We're going to pipe till my nuts are dried. So I would not be surprised if Bill Gates was doing that shit in Microsoft.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's how he did meet his wife, Melinda. She was like a fucking employee at Microsoft.
Really?
Yeah. She was like the head of marketing or something like that.
How would you not want to date Bill Gates? Like, yeah, I'm gonna get this sucker.
For that, I heard.
I'm not saying that she's like that.
Stories that he was a dog. Like he was just like, these are all my bitches.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had that approach.
And all his employees.
And then on top of that, he was like, you know what? I'm already tired of all these bitches. I'm leaving. You know what? I'm stepping down. I'm not CEO of this bitch no more. I'm gonna go on to some other adventures. He met Jeffrey Epstein.
Involving an island.
Epstein said, hey, bro, I know you're tired of older women. How about something younger? And he goes, you intrigue my curiosity, my fellow friend, my fellow billionaire. He went to Pedophile Island and,
And all I know is that Bill Gates and Melinda are splitting, allegedly.
How much is she getting?
Billions, bro.
Billions?
Billions.
What the fuck?
Got carried away there.
You got carried away with their bucket?
But that at the end of this shit, that she's gonna end up being the sixth richest woman in the world.
Well, the first is Jeff Bezos' wife.
No, I think she's number 2.
Who's number 1?
I don't know.
It's not Oprah.
Nah, definitely not Oprah.
It can't be Oprah.
Nah.
Oxygen isn't gonna get her that, or the Oprah Network isn't gonna get her that rich. Oh, speaking of celebrities, did you hear about Ellen DeGeneres canceling herself?
She canceled her show, right?
Yeah. She wanted to say because she wasn't feeling challenged anymore.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. As a comedian, she was funny.
Yeah.
She was funny as a comedian. I've seen some of her stuff. She was funny as a comedian. But from what I hear a lot is that supposedly employees would always talk about her, like her as a person, that she was just shitty.
She looks like a mean person.
Who I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on that part because I don't know. She was funny on her show. I didn't really find her that funny, honestly. But on her stand-ups as a comedian, I thought she was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought she was real funny.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
The world's richest woman, L'Oreal Harris, Francois Bettencourt Myers.
Francois, fool.
Oh, wow. Francois Bettencourt Myers. Or Mayers.
So it's the lady that owns L'Oreal.
Yeah.
So she's going to be in the top 6.
Top 6 richest women.
I heard Jeff Bezos' wife gave it away.
She gave a lot of it away.
That's good, dude. That proves that she basically gave this with a big fuck you, like, hey, I wasn't with you for your money, homeboy. You know?
I was with you for some of the money.
Look what I think about your money. Kobe.
Give it all away.
Gave more than half of that shit away.
He's like, you stupid bitch.
And now he's with that one other reporter chick who probably is after him for his money. And he's probably like, fuck. I mean, you are hot, bitch, but...
Who's he with?
Damn. She's a correspondent, I think, for KCAL 9? I think. Or KTLA. I forget.
Oh, Lauren Sanchez?
Yeah, there you go. She looks Asian. I don't know if she is.
Fucking Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Dresses like shit.
Dresses like shit. It's a trip because I saw some video recently about China. About how basically they in a way self-destructed. Because they're talking about when they hosted the Beijing Olympics. That they came out with a video. Jackie Chan comes out in this video. Rush Hour star. Jackie fucking Chan comes out in this video. Where he's like singing in Chinese on the Great Wall of China nonetheless. He's on the Great Wall, on top of the Great Wall, like if he was fucking Chinese Jesus, going like, Beijing welcomes you in Chinese. Like singing, fool. I didn't even know he knew how to sing.
Right.
I didn't even know that. It might be auto-tune, but who knows? It didn't sound like auto-tune. He's talking about Beijing welcomes you, blah, blah, blah. And other people are talking about like Beijing welcomes you. They made like a whole big old music video about it. Then it was to basically to welcome tourism into the Beijing Olympics or whatever. And they talk about how right after, like everybody saw Beijing and China as like this communist country that was actually welcoming and actually like open to relations.
Right.
And then I guess these fools did like a complete 180, fool, like not even before the Olympics ended, where I guess one of the representatives of Brazil, fool, even like tweeted on these fools like talking shit, like I don't know what the Communist Party has in mind, thinking they could do actions like this, and I was like, what the fuck? Like basically, they themselves were the ones that messed up, I guess, their opportunity for some sort of peaceful relation with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a U.S.-China thing. I guess these fools basically told everybody like, hey, go to hell.
Yeah, they have enemies all around the world.
Like I didn't know this. I thought it was just like some countries in Europe, India, and the U.S. But like, I guess it was after the Olympics that these fools basically blew up on themselves, and that they even started turning on their own companies that they backed, like Huawei. I guess Huawei was trying to like basically go solo and try to have at the minimum involvement of government, and these fools were like, nope. They were like, you're not having this shit, and they were getting close to shutting down Huawei. I didn't even know that. I was like, wow, like these fools are really
strict about their power.
That strict about their power that they're willing to shut down their own companies.
Oh yeah, that's like the threat all fucking Chinese enterprises are under. Cooperate with the party, or fuck you, and we take your shit.
I didn't know that, dude.
And we just merge it with another one.
I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know it was that bad. You know, I would just think it's just like, hey, bro, well, if you don't fuck with us, you know, you're just gonna keep on getting taxed, you know, or you're gonna get more taxed. Like if you were a offshore company, like if you were a Samsung, hey, you want to act like Samsung, then you're gonna get taxed like Samsung. I thought it was gonna be like that,
Right.
not like, hey, well, you want to act like Samsung, then you're gonna shut the fuck down.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
What's super interesting, anybody that's like interested about the topic of like China and fucking like spying and US and China like conflict and trade relations, they should check out General Spalding. He comes out on Valuetainment with Patrick Bet-David a lot. Mm-hmm. He's always doing like breakdowns of like where China is, their aggression, their
Iran, they're screwed.
You know, and he says like, if you think about it, what's crazy about China is, in a way, they're the most capitalist country, because even the U.S., a lot of businesses, they have a hard time even starting off here, not just because how competitive capitalism is in America, but the regulations, the things that you have to be compliant with.
Yeah.
You have to, like, you know, all these leaps,
workers' compensation,
all these hurdles that you have to just to establish yourself as a legitimate business.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, in China, the Communist Party just says, do whatever. Just never undermine the party.
Yeah, and it's funny how you mentioned that, because I was seeing about some Mexican girl that left Mexico, that supposedly she was went to university, she got her fucking diploma in something, I don't know what she got her degree on, but she was never able to find a job. I suppose she wasn't able to find a job, and she was fucking basically working at a swap meet until she decided to say, nah, you know what, screw this, I'm not gonna make it here. So she left to China, and in China supposedly she must start a business out there and made millions. But I'm kind of thinking that's one of those white monkey jobs.
Oh.
Where China was like, hey, if we give this chick the opportunity, she's going to be able to give that attention to her Latin American people, and Latin Americans are going to be coming over here.
Or investing in our crazy little stock market that we got.
Yeah, or they're going to invest in it, yeah. Because it was just so out of the blue, like, what the fuck? Like, why are they going to bring up somebody that made it big in China?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And she was talking highly of them.
Oh.
She was talking highly of these fools.
I bet. She was getting like...
Oh, I don't think I could have had these opportunities if I would have gone to the United States to be able to start my business from nothing, from absolutely nothing, and be able to make it this good. And I think it was like less than a year.
Yeah.
Like less than a year, she was able to make it big, and we started making millions.
Yeah, you see?
I was like, what? I was like, oh, this is a brown monkey job right here.
Yeah, but that's what General Spalding says, that in China, he goes, in a way, they're the most capitalist, because the party just says, do as you please. If another company wants to complain that you stole their intellectual property rights, we don't give a fuck. They can
really?
Yeah, they can try and sue you there, whatever.
But you're in China.
You know what I mean? Right here, it's the ultimate dog eat dog. The ultimate dog eat dog. Like there's
no patents there.
Basically, there's no patents.
So like I could start a company where I'm gonna say, hey, I just started this new hat company, and I'm patenting that I have a secret compartment right here on the visor. And then China says, all right, cool, go sell it. I go sell it, and then out of nowhere, some other company starts doing the same shit.
Yeah.
I can't go out and say, hey, Big Daddy China, this fool just stole my idea. I've been doing this for a year.
They'll say...
I created it.
They'll say, hey, you keep a lot of people employed. He copied your shit, but we have a lot of people employed too, so shut the fuck up.
Really?
Yes. There's less people unemployed. There's less, so the economy looks like it's moving. It's moving. It's being stimulated.
It's kind of good but bad
revolving.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Huh? It's good and bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's good because it creates competition, but at the same time it's bad because it's like, bro, if you're the one that came up with that idea, you're screwed. You can't share it with anybody.
I mean, that's kind of capitalism, right? Your idea, thank you, is now our idea.
It's like that saying goes, it's like good artists copy but better artists steal.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
and that's
crazy.
The better artist said, I think I could make a lot of money off of that fucking design.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal your hat design, dog.
Yeah.
And then they just name it like they change one letter on the fucking goddamn name.
And that's what you see. You remember all those memes of restaurants in China where it's KFC, but the K looks a little backwards, or McDonald's, or
McDonald's.
Like, you know the memes, right? The memes?
I've never seen McDonald's.
I made that up. I made that up. But it's
just, god damn it! I was hoping it was real.
But it's just, it could be, but it's just a bunch of knockoffs of like establishments that are like actual global brands. Like they might have an IKEA that's like Ukia, and they're like, we're just literally gonna steal all their fucking like anything that's intellectual property, ours, patents, ours, designs, ours. Fuck it, we just made now Ukia. All right, we'll get the construction going because that employs construction workers. Get the fucking electricity going because that employs electricians. We don't give a fuck if it's legit. We don't even care if it's 100% compliant. Because on paper, the CCP is getting people out of poverty. So shut the fuck up, you know? Or what? You want to be like the West? High standards, but people are unemployed?
Yeah, people
High
are
standards where people are fucking, you know...
You want to be green and people just lost like 60,000 jobs?
Yeah.
Because you want to be green? Fuck that. We're going to pollute the shit out this bitch.
So, I mean, one thing you got to ask yourself is they copy and copy and copy and steal their way to becoming number 2.
Yeah.
They've done that. It's projected they're going to become number 1. It may be heartbreaking, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
They're going to self-destruct.
Because if you copy yourself to get to number 2, okay, now you're right behind number 1, which is the U.S. as far as economical, you know. And we got fucked by the pandemic, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, let's say China becomes number 1. Who else is there left to steal and copy from?
Nobody. They're going to fuck themselves. They're going to go back to number 2.
So it's like, unless you guys really become, like, you know, entrepreneurs, like how Americans have to, like from the real fucking brainstorming.
Yeah, you got to make up that original idea.
If you guys aren't being innovative like that, then you're always going to be bouncing around from short-term number 1, long-term number 2, short-term number 1, long-term number 2.
That makes sense.
You know? So it's like they copy their way to number 2. All right, they're going to copy themselves to number 1. But how long will it be until they're right back to number 2? Because one thing about America, motherfuckers here are innovators.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Innovators, bro.
That's definitely true. Like the best new product ends up coming out like every other month. You see a brand new product. What the fuck? I didn't think they were gonna do it that way. You know, electronic pepper shakers that fucking crack the peppercorn for you
with built-in Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
That you can FaceTime out of.
Yeah, basically. And you can make your doctor's appointments to go fucking re-up on Viagra.
Yep.
Like, China didn't have that, and they stole it. And it's a trip, because they did the same thing to Elon Musk, didn't they, with Tesla?
They fucked Tesla like how they're fucking a lot of, like, Western or American companies. You know, lure them. Act like they're gonna prop them up. Like, hey, man, you're doing business. Welcome, man. We're very happy to see you. Oh, what's that? Everybody, negative reviews, air this shit on the state TV, and now prop up our shit. That's a direct competitor.
Yeah, like, I didn't believe that, bro, until I saw videos on it. They're beefing up Neo like if it's the next best thing, like if that's just gonna make you fly into space. And they bashed the hell out of Tesla cars and make them seem like if they're like the shittiest cars out there.
Yeah.
Where they're like, these cars crash, that self-driving thing doesn't work. I'm like, what the hell? I think here in the States it's only happened a couple times, huh?
Yeah.
Out of the millions they've sold already? Like, that's a big error. That's a small error margin. To where, okay, out of 1 million cars you just sold, only 2 of them got messed up. Well, that's not a bad margin if you ask me.
It's not.
And it's like, fuck, dude. Like, I really don't know what China's gonna do after they find no one else to steal from.
They better fucking get to being real innovators.
I feel like they won't.
You think they won't?
Because I feel like if they become the actual innovators, people are gonna demand patents. Like,
right.
People are gonna fight for it. People are gonna say, hey, how is it that I'm the one that came up with Don Mao Zedong, 1915, and you're letting fucking Don Jinping steal my bottle and steal my recipe to make this bomb ass rice wine or eel penis wine. Like, what the hell?
Right.
Like, I don't think people would put up with it if they were the actual innovators over there in China.
Yeah, true.
Like, I feel like you'll have like riots and protests go crazy out there. That's what I think, though. But we'll see.
No, I think so, man. Eventually, I think that's in the talks. You know, like eventually they're gonna want to fucking make patents of their own because
yeah, why wouldn't you?
You got to first place, right? But then, are you gonna play by your own rules? Mm-hmm. You know, once you become number one, regulations are gonna have to follow.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people say or think. Have you seen that video of the fucking it's a skyscraper in fucking China that starts shaking for no fucking reason?
No.
There's a video of a fucking building in another city that you say I make up, but it's right here, Shenzhen.
That's that made up fake city.
你们看，是不是倾斜了？下一个大厦华强北，我们都出来了，太危险了。加油！
From 12:31 to 1 p.m. on May 18th, the 79-story skyscraper Sag Plaza in Shenzhen, China, experienced a shaking phenomenon. The building management quickly called for an emergency evacuation, and by 1:55 p.m., all 15,000 people in the building have been safely evacuated.
It says,
and it was shaking by
engineers
itself,
were inspecting a skyscraper in southern China on Wednesday, day after it triggered widespread panic when it suddenly began shaking, as people took to social media to ask if shoddy construction may have been to blame. The 1,000-foot SEG Plaza in the southern city of Shenzhen near Hong Kong began swaying in the early afternoon on Tuesday, prompting people inside and those on the streets below to flee, as you saw in the video. Emergency management officials quickly ruled out an earthquake as the cause of the wobble in the tech hub's Fujian district. Officials say no further movement had been detected, and experts found no safety abnormalities in the main structure and surrounding environment of the building.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I would not be surprised if that building ends up collapsing.
Do you think people want to go back in there and fucking...
Hell no!
Sleep and spend the night in there?
Bro, I'm pretty sure they're not recording that because they're not allowed to, but I'm pretty sure the Chinese army just came out and said, hey, motherfuckers, that's it. You guys are going back in those buildings, and that's it.
You're gonna make happy videos.
You're gonna make happy videos. You're gonna say you're cool. Hey. Stop. That's what they're doing, dude. And people were like, oh my god, I can't believe they're forcing us back in this building.
Yeah, but that's what's going on, man.
Oh my god, dude, that's horrible. The fact that you have to go back to the building.
Buildings fucking swaying back and forth.
Like, bro, what? I can imagine, bro, like, you're, like, sleeping after they made you go back to that shaky
fucking roll out of bed.
and then you're just like, all right, cool. And then you just try to turn around because you want to get comfortable and then just... And you're like, oh my god, was that me? Like, did I just cause this shit to collapse or whatever? Like, you know they put him back in that building while it was still shaking, dude. Don't tell me they didn't. I do not believe that. What do you think?
No, I think it stopped shaking after, but it would be fucking cool to see those videos online of the people walking up and down, up the hall, up the stairs, and they're just like from wall to wall, like, this is the shit they want us to come back into. This is the shit they want us in. You know?
Hey, but China's a shit, bro.
Yeah.
See, that's what happens, man, when you don't set your buildings to high standards, dude. I mean, like, I get it. You want to be the big superpower. You want to have people employed, which is cool. But at the same time, you have a lot of risk coming in, too, when you want to, like, have all your products and all your buildings come out with such poor quality. Because that ain't normal, dude. That ain't normal for a building to shake. It's not.
Yeah, a lot of their products have had like tainted reputations, man. Didn't you tell me about like their baby powder?
Yeah.
That they get their baby powder from other countries because they don't even trust their own shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because they don't even trust the own thing that they make themselves. Bro, I hear that supposedly that some people don't buy the rice that they provide at stores. Some people, not all. Because that they found that some of that rice that they sell like in the government run grocery stores are plastic. That you could actually cook and it gets soft as rice, but that it takes a bitch to digest because it's fucking plastic. So people actually try to get rice from like local vendors, like people that actually grow the rice paddies out there. But obviously, because that's also regulated by the state, it's really hard to get to. I've read, it may be false, it may be true. I don't know.
That sounds crazy, man.
Because I have seen a video where the dudes are making the rice with plastic. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with those. They're almost like burlap sacks, like they're the size of burlap sacks, but they're made out of like thin woven plastic strips. Like this, like if you tear it apart, like if you were to cut through it, it'll come out in strands like this thin, dude, like really thin. But basically, it looks like it feels woven together. Mm-hmm. They do it with a machine. Well, they get that type of plastic to make that rice.
Fucking crazy, man.
I'll show it to you later. But I was just like, that's gnarly and scary at the same time. Like, wow. That's why I don't believe that they're ever going to get to number one. I feel like there's no other country that's going to be greater than the US of A.
America, man.
America first, America always.
And America only. Sounds like a dope slogan.
Sounds like a dope
America, with you all the way. Right?
That was epic. With you all the way. That was epic, bro.
I think that's a good place to end it.
I think it is. Reminding people that America's with you all the time.
Yeah.
And don't forget that right there.
America, up while you sleep. Yeah, watching guard or whatever that's called. Standing watch.
Standing watch. There you go. Standing watch.
And it's fucking.
We'll end it
it's
there.
the Statue of Liberty with fucking binoculars right there.
And it's just like, I'm taking care of you.
Patriot, go to sleep.
But that's a good way to fucking end it there, man. I'm Sickly.
I'm J40.
I hope you enjoyed this fucking episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And as always, let us know what you think. If you loved it, liked it, hated it, let us know in the comment section. As we always say, we encourage you guys to talk your shit. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.